With Love Meghan on Netflix Godmothers Bookstore interview. Welcome back to Duchess of Impact. Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, sits down for an intimate conversation at Godmothers Bookstore, sharing her love for storytelling, creativity, and meaningful connections. She reflects on books that have shaped her perspective, including They All Saw a Cat and The Rabbit Listened, as well as Unreasonable Hospitality, which speaks to the power of thoughtfulness and care. Beyond books, Meghan opens up about simple joys like flower arranging, childhood music memories, and cozy comforts. She also expresses deep gratitude for her godmothers, Jennifer Rudolph Walsh and Victoria Jackson, whose wisdom has profoundly influenced her journey. As she embraces a new chapter with, as ever, Meghan compares it to gardening, nurturing something with patience, learning along the way, and finding joy in the process. Meghan, or Meg, to her friends, shares her extra special relationship with the women behind Godmothers Plus, books she loves and her favorite way to spend a Saturday morning. There are a lot of activities you might expect to see Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, engaging in. Beekeeping, for one. If you've spent any time watching With Love, Meghan on Netflix, which was just renewed for season 2, you know that's a hobby that she picked up pretty recently. You might also expect to find her writing her New York Times best-selling children's book, The Bench, was published in 2021 gardening, or entertaining. You might not expect to see her organizing her refrigerator, but it turns out the task is one she finds a lot of pleasure in. I love it when it looks pretty and organized, she says, and when there's a beautiful veggie board at just the right eye level, so the kids feel enticed to grab that first, and they do. Mostly, she's looking for small, easy ways to make her world, and the worlds of the people she loves, a little more beautiful. When I see someone smile because of that small gesture I made, she says, there really is nothing better. Scroll down for more surprising things she loves, including Annette Funicello and Finding a Good Bargain. Godmothers, what are 3 books that have shaped you, whether you related deeply to the characters, were consumed by the storytelling, or encountered truths that felt as though they were written just for you? Meghan, our kids' ages, Archie is 5 and Lily is 3, mean we're deep in the world of children's books. And may I just say, I absolutely love it. So many picture books offer insights and perspective that I wish I had had exposure to as a child. 2 current favorites. They All Saw a Cat, godmothersbookshop.org, Amazon audiobook, libro.fm. Brendan Wenzel's They All Saw a Cat shows a cat from the perspective of a bee, a dog, and everything in between. To some, the cat looks scary, to others, it looks playful. It's the best reminder that even as adults, we can all be looking at, or talking about, the exact same thing, but we'll all see it differently. I've gifted this book to kids and adults. It's amazing. The Rabbit Listened, godmothersbookshop.org, Amazon audiobook, libro.fm. The Rabbit Listened by Corey Dorfeld is an incredible book that reminds us that people need you to show up for them in different ways. Above all, it beautifully articulates the power of listening. Sometimes that's all people need. Unreasonable Hospitality, godmothersbookshop.org, Amazon audiobook, libro.fm. I recently finished Unreasonable Hospitality by Walsh Dara, which I truly believe is one of the most impactful books on hospitality, and how we host, entertain, and care for each other. Walsh sees the world through the same lens that I do. Small acts of thoughtfulness create larger ripples of goodness. It's one of my favorite reads. Godmothers, what activities could you get lost in for hours if life didn't get in the way? Meghan, I love flower arranging. It's not something I grew up doing, but arranging flowers, whether they're from my own garden, the farmer's market, a flower mart, or Trader Joe's, is one of those simple pleasures that I can get lost in. Standing there, arranging each stem, moving a small sweet pea from one spot to another, turning the vase to see it at every angle, and running back out to the garden to clip another small flower, or to pluck fresh mint or rosemary blossoms to add extra dimension and interest. Every moment of that for me is magic. Flower arranging sparks my creativity, allows me tangibly to get my hands in something that adds beauty and connects me to nature. My kids have jumped in to help me make arrangements, too, which makes it all the sweeter. Godmothers, if a pet peeve is something that annoys you more than it should, what are 3 pet joys, the small things that inspire a disproportionate amount of joy and delight you more than they should at face value? Meghan, cashmere socks are an indulgence I love, but I also love the cashmere-like socks you find online that are easy to wash and super affordable. I don't know what it is, but cozy, cuddled-up feet make me feel comforted. I also love finding a good deal. That may be in my DNA from clipping coupons from the Sunday paper with my mom when I was little, but I always feel triumphant when I've bought something on sale or found a coupon code online. And Saturday morning cartoons in bed is also high on my list. In the UK they call it a duvet day, and I've always found that sweet. Our little family, snuggled up for an easy family morning followed by pancakes and bacon. The dream. Godmothers. The name, Godmothers, was inspired by fairy godmothers, so not godmothers in the religious sense, but the magical women in your life who have supported and shaped you. Who are the godmothers who have shaped your life? Meghan, the 2 extraordinary women who created Godmothers, Jennifer Rudolph Walsh and Victoria Jackson, are my godmothers. They are very different people with different love languages, but their spirit and their importance in my life is the same. The way Jennifer and I can right the wrongs of the world during a 2-hour hike, and then meet for cocktails later in the day and laugh about everything and nothing at the same time is the perfection of our bond on both sides of the coin. From left, Meghan, Victoria, Jennifer, and Tracy Robbins. Courtesy of Netflix. And in Victoria, to have someone that always checks in, and is just pure love, loving our kids and us as if we are truly her own family, and putting everyone above herself has filled my cup in the most profound way. They both show up for me with years of wisdom, lived experience, and insight, and yet they are my girlfriends as much as they are my mentors. Their friendship is less about the words of advice they've given, and so much more about the acts of simply showing up that they do every day. Godmothers, what songs or singers remind you most of your childhood? Meghan, there was a lot of Joni Mitchell, Boz Scaggs, and James Taylor in my house growing up. There was also a lot of Anita Baker playing in the car on the drive to school. I was exposed to what my mom listened to versus kids' music, and I'm sure that informed my eclectic taste in music, lyrics, and rhythm and soul. My favorite radio station when I was a little girl was KF 101, which was all oldies. That's still reflected in what I play at home: the Beach Boys, the Supremes, Otis Redding, even Annette Funicello for fun pool party music when the kids have a playdate. I love happy sing-along music that you can dance to in the kitchen, and I made sure that was represented in With Love, Meghan on Netflix. Godmothers, what's one of your favorite things to talk about? Meghan, oh, I love to talk about food. The new recipes or restaurants someone has tried. I want to know why a dish was so good, if the hot sauce is as spicy as I'd like it, and whether a restaurant's vibe is more date night or more girls' night out. I'm so inspired by cooking and the foods that people find craveable. I could talk about food for hours. Godmothers, when was the last time you felt like a beginner at something? Meghan, right now. I'm launching my business, as ever, which has been my heart song for years. Every day I'm learning so much as a founder. I'm taking baby steps and big strides at the same time, making mistakes and learning from them, and really working to find all the joy while diving into the creative process and the business. Being in the granular parts of the business gives me the same feeling I have when I'm gardening, bare hands in the soil, planting a seed with so much care, and nurturing it as it grows. There's something energizing about being in my 40s and turning my passion project into a business, and sharing that with the world. Watch With Love Meghan on Netflix as Duchess Meghan shares her thoughts on family, friendship, and personal growth in this heartfelt conversation. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Give us a super thanks so that we can continue to promote our Duchess work. Sign up for notifications at azever.com.